Hey friends, it's Quenby, the Grateful Queen here on YouTube. Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to see you here. If you're new to the channel, I'm an online reseller. I do it part-time. I've been selling on eBay for 10 years. I also sell on Poshmark, Etsy, and to Thredup. In today's video, I want to talk about how to make daily, consistent sales on eBay. I've been selling on eBay for 10 years. I sell mostly clothing, but I've sold a little bit of everything over the years. I have 1,000 items listed in my store, friends. Now, many resellers have the goal of selling 1% of their inventory each day. So with 1,000 items in my store, that would be a normal healthy goal would be to sell 10 items a day. If you have 500 items listed on eBay, that you'd sell 5 a day. It's a pretty doable, realistic goal, but it wasn't happening for me. So I took a critical, hard look at my eBay business and at my eBay store, and I made a lot of simple changes, and I'm seeing fantastic results. I still have some more changes to make and some growth to do, but I'm on the right track. So I wanted to share with you what I'm doing in the hopes that maybe some of these things can help you make more sales, which means making more money on eBay. I do want to start right off telling you that I do not think there's any magic secret recipe to making daily sales on eBay, to having a successful eBay reselling business. I know sometimes we wonder, how does that person make so many sales? Or
what is that person doing that I'm not?
And it's not like they have some secret recipe that we don't have. It's my belief from my 10 years reselling experience and from all of my research that the number one thing that leads to consistent sales is consistent listing. But how do we do that? Most of us know that we need to list 5 items a day every day if we want to sell 5 items a day. Simply, I think that eBay's algorithm needs to know how to categorize our eBay store. And if we're listing consistently 7 days a week, I'm talking about 5 items a day, 10 items a day, 20 items a day, whatever your goal is, then eBay knows how to categorize our store and give us the right amount of traffic to make those sales. Okay, friends, so are there other things that matter besides listing? Of course, it helps to list things that people actually want to buy. It helps to have a really good listing with clear photos, with a good value price, with awesome keywords in your title and description so people can find your item. All those things are helpful, but I still think listing consistently is the golden rule and the most important thing. So one of the tips I have for you is that I think you need to set a goal for yourself. I think you need to get really clear about how many listings you're going to do a day. I think many resellers will say, oh, I want to list every day, or oh yeah, I want to list regularly. I want to list consistently. That is not the best way to make a goal. We know that a goal should be measurable, clear, and attainable, and it should be written down. All the research on goal setting shows us that. So saying to yourself, I want to list every day, is not enough. I think you need to get really clear about how many you can realistically list and set a goal for yourself that you are going to list that many items a day. For me, as a part-time reseller, I'm only part-time. I only have about 10 to 15 hours for my reselling business. I'm a full-time psychotherapist. I have another channel called The Grateful Therapist, all about mental health, if you want to talk with me about mental health over there. But as a part-timer, realistically, my goal is listing 5 items a day. But in truth, I wasn't getting to those 5 items every day. And why? Because I wasn't holding myself accountable. I didn't have a clear set goal, and I wasn't prioritizing it. So that's another tip. After you've set your goal, whatever it is going to be for you, I'm starting at 5 listings a day as my goal. I would like to build, but I want to make sure that I can master 5 listings a day. And when I've done that, then I'll be able to grow. I'll start doing 6, then I'll start doing 7 till I can make it up to my ultimate goal. But my goal right now as a part-time reseller is to list 5 items a day, 7 days a week. That is a very clear goal. The next thing I really needed to do for myself, and I encourage you to try, is to prioritize it. So I think listing every day might get caught up in your other tasks. Maybe you have a lot of shipping, maybe something happens in your life, maybe your kid needs a ride somewhere. There's so many things that can steer us off course in the day. But if you prioritize it and say, the number one thing I'm doing for my business today is listing my 5 items, it is much more likely to get done. And for me, I have to write it down. I'm a list person. Let me know in the comments if you're a list person or not. But actually writing things down, it's more likely that you're going to do it. So set a clear goal, prioritize it, and I would suggest writing it down. I also want to talk to you today about focus. I think getting focused is a really important part of making consistent sales. Something I noticed about myself when I was taking a hard look at my reselling business and reevaluating what needs to be done, what needs to be changed so that I can get to listing every day and making sales every day, is that I need to get focused. I can get easily distracted, and one of the biggest distractions for me is social media. Instagram, YouTube, checking my phone. And so I've made a new commitment right now as I'm working on getting my 5 listings a day to get focused. Get off Instagram, get off YouTube. I have to sit down in the chair and do my listings and not check Instagram in between. And lately I have not even been having a YouTube video on in the background, because what I found is that if I have a YouTube video on in the background, maybe a commercial will come on, so then I have to go over to my phone or my computer and hit skip. Maybe a video will end, so then I go searching for another video. These are all things that pull me away from my ultimate task of getting my listings done. So take a hard look at your media consumption and see whether you need to cut back on Instagram time, Facebook time, YouTube time, whatever you're doing, and just get laser focused on your goal of listing consistently and making more sales and more money. Another tip I have about how to list more so that you can make more consistent sales is to time yourself. So I needed to know, if I am going to list 5 items a day, every day, how long does it take me? How long does it take me to sit down and list those 5 items? So I've been timing myself, and that's a really good starting point to know how long it takes you and how much time you need to set aside for that. It also helps you stay focused when you're timing yourself to not pick up your phone and check Instagram, because the clock is ticking and this may take 2 minutes away from whatever time it takes. So I've been timing myself. That's been really helpful. I really want to get faster. It's more likely that you'll be able to meet your listing goal if you know how long it takes you and you are fast at it and it's a clean process and you can do it. Which leads me to my next kind of tip, which is I have been reevaluating my systems. So I need to get faster and more strategic and more efficient with my systems. So take a look at what your listing system is. Is it ergonomic? Is it the most efficient process it could be? Or do you need to walk across the room to do measurements, come back to the computer to put the measurements in your listing? How can you streamline your listing process, your shipping process, your photographing process? So one thing that I did was make a change around my photo area. I have my inventory and my photos and everything in my garage. That's where I have the space for all of this. And I had this habit, I noticed as I was trying to pay attention to this stuff, of I didn't have my items right next to me that needed to be photographed. I'd have a few, and then I'd go back over to my inventory, figure out what I was gonna list next. That was time consuming. So my process for photography was not efficient. So what I've done is I've moved my clothing rack next to my photo area, and I hang up the 5, 10, 15 items that I want to photograph. They're there, they're within an arm's reach. So I take my pictures, I grab the next item. I'm not walking all around the garage to get the items. The items are ready to go. That is saving me so much more time. So take a critical look at your own systems and see, where could I improve? Where could it be more efficient? Where could I save time? Another thing that I started doing that I think has streamlined and made listing easier is I've made a change from using my eBay templates to list to doing sell similar to list. So you can make templates on eBay. I have a bunch of templates saved. So I have a template for women's dress, I have a template for women's top, I have a template for women's jeans, and all the little things I like to say are already saved in the template. So it'll say in my description, chest measurement, length, it'll say condition, pre-owned, gently used. I have some things saved in the template. So I assumed that this was the fastest way to list to use my template. Well, I've been experimenting with, instead of getting a template that I've already created, going into my own store, finding one of my current listings that I know I did a good job on, and hitting sell similar and using that. And because so many of my common item specifics and things are already in that listing, it is saving me time. Let me know if some of these things help. And also, if you have something to add down in the comments, that would be fantastic. If there's something that you've done to help you list more consistently, to make more sales, share it in the comments so other people can learn from you as well. So friends, these are just some of the things I've been trying. I will keep you updated on how it's going. As soon as I started sitting my butt down and listing 5 a day, non-negotiably, I noticed sales coming in. I have way more sales than I've had in the past, but I think it's gonna take a few months to really see how this is working, and I've got to get better at it myself. I'm really trying for the 7 days a week. My goal personally has kind of been like 5 days a week, but I know it has to get up to 7 in order for me to make the sales that I want to make. I also think something else I might need to try is scheduling the time. As a psychotherapist, I schedule clients by the hour. They get that hour. I know what I'm doing that hour. I know I'm spending an hour as a therapist. I think I need to put that into my calendar. Also, my hour for listing every day. Right now I do it kind of when it works. Like right now, I'm filming a video because I'm in between clients and I'm like, this is a good time, but I didn't have it written out in my schedule. But I think it would be much more helpful if I just put the block of the hour into my calendar book every day. I haven't started doing that yet, but that's something I think might help. Let me know, do you do that? Does it help? I'm gonna continue on this process. I'm really gonna try and reboot my eBay business and turn things around. So I'd love to hear from you. What successes do you have in this area? What tips do you have? I'll keep you posted on my progress, but I'm very happy with what I'm seeing so far. Thanks for watching this video with me. I have a whole eBay playlist. If you want some more tips on eBay stuff, I'd love to share those videos with you, and I'll see you next time, friends. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye. People are just gonna love that get off Instagram one. It's so hard. It's like, I love, it's kind of like a little check, see what everybody's doing, but no, I have not been on there. I've not been on Instagram as much. And people are like, where have you been? Working. I could just end the video there. I could just say, to make more consistent sales, list every day, 10 items a day. There you go, end of the video. Like, I do want to start off saying right away that I don't think there's any magic secret, and would give us the traffic that we need for our store. Traffic that we need doesn't sound right. So the first tip I want to talk about is it tips? I think if we sat our butts in the chair. So one of the biggest tips I have for you, not biggest, what's a biggest tip? We know that we get more, we know that we have more success when our goal, why can't I talk? What do I want to say about that? But what? But something.